Okay, so hi guys, today I'm gonna be teaching how do I find my daily bias. I've seen most traders overcomplicate bias, but I'm gonna show you the exact way I find bias every day and stick to it. Right, so the first thing that comes for bias is time frame. What time frame do you have to look for it, right? I usually ignore the lower time frames for my bias. I usually start from the daily, right? I don't go on the weekly or monthly because I'm a day trader, right? You can go on the weekly even if you're a day trader, but I just don't like it. So, what do I look for on the daily first? I mark out important highs and lows. So basically this high, this low, right? The major swings. You would have this high, yeah, this low, right? So I mark out the highs and lows. That can tell me where price is trying to head towards, right? Either it's going for this ERL or kinda IRL, right? It's kinda same thing. Then I mark out my daily recent PD arrays. So I would mark out the PD arrays over here. We have this order block over here, and we would form this FEG probably today. So yeah, this order block over here, and then this rejection block over here. So mark out the periods like this, okay? Now this is enough for the daily. You have to mark out highs and lows and periods, and that's it. Then what I do is I go in the 4 hour. I only decide my bias on the daily and the 4 hour. I don't go any lower than that, cause then that's lower time frames, right? And for bias, I don't think you have to use lower time frames unless you are a scalper, right? Now, what do I look for in the 4 hour? I look what are we creating? Higher highs, higher lows, or lower lows and lower highs? And where's the displacement, right? So if you look at this example, we dumped, right? Where? In this range, 50%, right? If you look, EQ, and then we reject from it. We reject from it, we expanded her, inversing this 4 hour gap over here, right? Now what does it tell you? That we rebalance a range to 50%, then we inverse a gap and we have displacement, right? That means we are bullish, right? Because we have everything. We took all of this sell side liquidity over here, right? With this move down, and now we have buy side liquidity right over here, equal highs, right? And then all of this too. So that tells me that we are gonna go higher. We have displacement. We are in disrespecting the bearish PD rays and respecting the bullish ones. Even over here, we inverse this 4 hour gap, so it's clearly trying to go higher, right? Does that mean I'm only going to look for longs for the day? Yes, but I also want to see how do we open on the day. So if you look here, what do we have? We open and we just straight expanded higher. Now in the days like these, I usually don't trade because I'm bullish and the daily open is not aligning with my bias because it's still like this open and expansion higher. There's no manipulation for the day, right? Plus we have this new week opening gap which is not rebalanced, right? So I would skip days like this, right? We even have this value gap that we can trace back into. So it could be like I'm long-term bullish, but short-term I'm bearish. Like for Monday I'm bearish, expecting lower prices, to manipulation for the weekly and daily candle, and respecting this range, and then continuation high, right? So now I know the trend, which is bullish. Now what you don't have to do is basically when you go on the lower time frames like 1 hour, 15 minute, 5 minute, don't change your bias, right? Don't change your bias mid session, or if the lower time frame is saying you that, like, let's say everything is going bullish, right, on the high time frames, and then you go on the lower time frames and you see we started to disrespect 15-minute periods, right, over here, we inversed it. Now this doesn't mean you're gonna change your bias, right? Because what happened afterward, that was just a retracement to then push higher. So a rule would be never change your bias based on the lower time frames. It's gonna save you a lot. And after 4 hour, just go on the 1 hour, mark out daily liquidity, not like old liquidity, like the daily one. Like if you look here, what is this? We open, we have this all of this liquidity over here, right? So it's not aligning with my bias. Maybe I could look for shots today towards this gap, or maybe lower to this gap, and then for Tuesday we can expect higher prices, something like that, right? um so yeah, this is just how I do it. Simple, repeatable, and boring. If it's boring, it's gonna work. That's it. One last thing before I end this video is the 4-hour order flow is like one of the most important things in my trading, right? I like 4-hour more than daily and more than any time frame. 4 hour is my favorite one. 4-hour gaps, periods are strong. It tells you where the price is heading to. It tells you the order flow. What do I mean by order flow? Where price is trying to go to, basically. Which periods are we respecting? If you're respecting bullish one, then that means the order flow is bullish. If you're expecting bearish periods, then that means the order flow is bearish, right? And I usually take my lower time frame trades based on the 4-hour bias or order flow, you can say, right? And yeah, I think that's gonna be it. If you have any questions regarding this, you can ask them in the chat. Or if you want me to make a video like how do I incorporate my bias with my lower time frame entries, I can do that too. See you guys, take care, and peace.